This is the biggest LEGO Ninjago mech. It's also probably the best. So if you don't want to watch this review, there you go. It's probably the best Ninjago mech ever. This is, of course, the 71821 Coles Titan mech marketed for 12 plus. Has just over 1,000 pieces, retails for £90 in the UK. You can get it for probably somewhere between £60 and £80 though right now. And if you're in America, it's about $100. This set does only have the one minifigure in the mech Cole, but we'll see why with this set it doesn't really matter. The back of the box has a really big render of the set. You also get a look at some of the dimensions. It stands at a staggering 7.5 inches tall, and that's its scale with a minifigure for size. It is absolutely massive. Again, this set does only have the one minifigure in the mech Cole pilot minifigure. It has some great detailing. I love the white and orange colour scheme. The black on the helmet does look a bit weird when it's mainly white. It's the only black on the minifigure aside from the head, which is just the standard Dragon's Rising Cole headpiece. The neck piece is one that was introduced a few years ago, but it's the first time we see it in orange. I think it looks really cool. The back printing is very similar to the front. It's just, what you'd expect for a back. The minifigure's fine, and for a £90 set, you would normally expect more. And it is bothering some people why it doesn't have more than the one minifigure. But again, for me, it doesn't really matter. This set is absolutely humongous, and for the price, it's very, very fair. If it were to have more minifigures, it would probably go up to £120 or something around that area, and I wouldn't really want to pay that much for this set, plus some minifigures. Here is the complete Coles Titan mech, and again, it is absolutely massive. The main reason for that is this massive backpack. It has a bunch of these sword pieces that were introduced in early 2024. It looks great, and I love the use of the curved pieces in order to create some satisfying angles. These can also move a little bit. It actually looks really cool if you move them all in one notch. It adds a certain level of depth to the build for me, and again, it looks really cool, and it would take a little less space on your shelf in terms of height. On this little backpack area, there is a section for Cole's orange sword. It is trans orange, and I don't think this is the first time we've seen this part in trans orange. Obviously, it is the most common piece in Ninjago, probably one of the most common pieces in LEGO as a whole. It's a standard katana just in trans orange. Here is the entire view from the back of the model. There's not much really to see back here. Again, it's the back. There's not really much detail that you can really expect. The legs and feet do connect with this really interesting new technique. This was also seen on the Climber mech, and it was only the single one, but these both have two on each leg. It's really interesting and fun to play around with, and a very unique way to attach the legs to the feet. Once again, the feet do use very nice techniques, and it's a very pleasant building experience. Although I did make one and then realised I had to make two, and it does seem pretty obvious, but when you're building a LEGO set, you may not realise what you're building, and the ×2 in this set does get a bit annoying. But it's a really fun build nonetheless. The main torso of this set is really unique. It sticks out quite a bit, has a couple sticker pieces, and also this trans orange piece in the middle, which I believe in the show glows up and gives power to the set. There is also more stickers on the left and right shoulder pads. These do stick out a lot more than I expected, and they do kind of get in the way. And it also looks really weird if you flip the arm upside down, and I would never display it like this. I would have liked to, but again, it just looks really weird like this. Moving down to the knees, it uses a lot of cheese slopes to make a very satisfying grill kind of look. It also uses some Nexonite shield pieces to accomplish some more interesting angles, and some more really fun techniques are used. Moving up to the waist, there are some more sticker pieces used on what kind of looks like a camera. You can move these around, but really there's no need to. It's just for a bit of flexibility for the legs. Moving down the arms, there is more sticker detailing, and even more fun techniques used to create the really long arms. It's identical on both sides, and the hands are just standard for a mech of its size. Now this sword I absolutely adore. It's almost the same height as the full mech. It's taller than the mech itself. The only thing it's not taller than is this back section with these sword pieces. It is absolutely colossal. It can also swap hands from... For me, I have it on the right. You can flip it to the left. Looks just as good. And there are not many people in Ninjago that would want to brave a mech this big. Now, one thing I do hate about this set that I don't think anybody's talked about in their reviews, because it's mainly just LEGO ambassadors glazing the company, and that is that it does kind of stand at a slight tilt. It's due to the fragility of the legs. They don't stay on right for me. It's nothing to do with how I've built it. I've built it perfectly. It's just a fragility problem, and it's just a problem of the LEGO designers that they didn't bother to fix because they have renders and they would never have noticed it. Not their fault either, really. Cole sits in the mech nice and snug. There's a very big compartment for him. He fits in there just fine, no problem getting him in or out. This headpiece looks really cool. It uses a couple unique sword pieces to get some kind of ears, I don't really know. And then there's this really cool samurai piece as well to kind of capture the entire head. It also has a orange glow in the eyes. Nothing what I can do can seem to fix this little slant to the mech, and it does take away from a beautiful model. This set gets a 9 out of 10 for me. This is one of the best sets that released in August 2024, and it's no debate. But that slight angle to the set does take away from it for me. Anyway, let me think of this set. Again, I give it a 9 out of 10, and thanks for watching. Bye.